What's up, everybody? You are tuned into the Buzz Club, and this segment is called the Beehive, and I'm sitting here with some really cool people. Would you introduce yourselves for me, please?
I'm David Taz Anderson, author, motivational speaker.
My name is Margot Burley, a senior at the Art Institute of Philadelphia.
I'm Dave Martin. I'm a sophomore at Temple University.
Okay, guys, I've asked my friends to come down here and kind of chit-chat with me about some topics, and you guys ready for the question part?
Yeah.
Yes, okay, because the Beehive is basically just us coming together and laying out on the table what everyone's thinking, what's going on, pop culture, so let's go with it, right?
Okay.
What do you guys think is the weaknesses and strengths of our generation today?
Don't everybody answer it.
I know.
No, everybody answer at once. Oops.
Weaknesses as far as what? Like, what do you mean?
What do you think are probably the negative parts of the generation and probably the strong positive points?
I would have to say, honestly, from my generation, just everyone having kids. Not saying that's a bad thing,
right?
But you know how back in our parents' days and stuff like that,
it was
you
what
know.
What are you making that face for?
I'm just making a face. It's not that deep.
We keeping it real here, right?
It's real.
I mean, back in our parents' generation and days, you had to be married to have kids, and now everybody's just having baby mamas and baby daddies. There's so much drama. Everyone's having kids. So I feel like that's definitely a setback. That's something that's going on in our generation today. People having kids and not being together. People just popping up with babies out of wedlock.
I mean, it's one of those things where you have to look at the bigger picture. Our parents worked very hard for us to get everything that we have.
Yeah.
The problem is we have so much and we never had to work for it. We just don't necessarily appreciate those things.
Okay, gratitude.
If your parents had to write a letter in order to talk to somebody, and all we got to do is pick up our phone. If we had to wait till everybody came on the block to play football as opposed to putting on a headset and grabbing an Xbox controller, why do you think that we would think it would be any different with getting what we want out of life? People don't look at it from a perspective of what the conditioning we're going through as opposed to what our parents went through. It's not right, but it is what it is.
Okay, all right, I understand. Okay, another question. Define dating and define being in a relationship. Is there a difference?
Dating.
Is there a difference, guys?
I mean, I would say dating is when you're like seeing someone, but you're keeping your options open. I could be dating two different people and one
hooking
just,
up,
just hanging out. You're definitely committed to one person. All other people are oblivious, and you're definitely serious about one.
And you definitely discussed being monogamous.
It's a mutual. It's mutual.
Understanding. Okay. Do you feel like women have lowered the standards for men?
Definitely.
In dating?
Definitely.
And in marriage?
Definitely.
Yeah? Why?
Just because I feel like a lot of females do stuff for attention and they want males to notice them.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's a lot of people out here who are... I feel like a lot of people aren't focused.
Yeah.
And people need to realize what's more important in searching
prioritizing.
for prioritizing. And I feel like you'll find the right person will come to you at the right time. You don't need to go out and people, you don't even know who your real friends are. Your girlfriends are stealing your their boyfriends and stuff like that. It's just a mess.
I mean, I also feel like women kind of have lowered the standard because it's like men are not working for it anymore. It's like I hear my male friends say, "What? I could hit it on the first night, really?" Right. Or like I've been on a blind date and she let me in on the first. I'm like, there are girls out here doing that.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
You should stop. But it's kind of like where do you go from there? Like these impressions that you give, and then you're like, oh, I want to be in a serious relationship, but no one takes me seriously. And it's like, how can someone take you seriously? And then when a guy meets several women like that, then they meet you, and you're like, no. They're like, no.
Right.
What makes you so different? And it's like, well, these other women have set this bad rap for us, and it's like, please, if you won't do it, then there are 15 girls who will.
Who will, right.
But then that's something you got to do together. Like all women have to be like, all right, well, we're not going to be doing this. I mean, one of my roommates said to me the other day, we were like, well, what happened? He's like, man, she came over, like, first time, like, I got it. And we were like, damn, like, what'd you do? And he was like, I texted her, you want to come smoke? And I was like, that's your game?
That's your
like,
game?
all you need?
That's
everything you need right there. Hey, girl, you want to come smoke? Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
It's like poetry. Like, come on.
But you got to understand, women do not understand the power that they yield. At the end of the day, both of you can go in any club and say, I want to have sex tonight, and you will have sex tonight. Me and Dave can go into a club and say, I want to have sex tonight, And there's a chance. I mean, come on. But no, it's a guaranteed lock with y'all. Women have the power of yes. Without the yes, it's rape. You know, without the yes, there's no wedding. Without the yes, there's no child. Without the yes, there's nothing. And because women give their yeses away so easily, then what is a guy going to do? He's not required to be a man anymore.
Oh,
you're just an adult male. Being 18 does not make you a man. I know some 50-year-old adult males who aren't men, and there's a difference. Manhood needs to make a comeback. But if women said today, all women said today, I want to see a man who has a pirate kind of vibe. You see a whole bunch of dudes walking down Broad Street with a peg leg and a parrot on their shoulder because women set the standards, and until they take that power back, you're going to keep getting what you put out.
So even with that said, do you think women should move in with their mate before getting married? Because that's a tough one now.
I will say this. Women can move in with their mate and see what it's like before they get married, but even after you get married, it's still different. Something changes in the dynamic of the relationship when you put God into it or the state into your situation. So you're not going to get the same effect. Oh, we're picking out curtains and we're painting accent walls. That has nothing to do with it. Once you get that ring on, it's a different kind of level.
I mean, just living with other people in general. It doesn't have to be someone you're with, right? I live with 5 other dudes in my house.
Yeah.
And you just have to realize, like, your house, even your room, like, my house isn't my space, but my room is my space. Everything that I want is exactly where I want it. You move in with another person, that control, that every person on earth, I don't care who you are, every person on earth wants that control. You want one thing in your life where you go, oh, I want my cell phone. It's right here. You know how I know?
Yeah.
Because I put it there and nobody moved it.
But
you move in with someone, they got bad habits, there's something wrong, and you're thinking, and then you get mad and you go, I'm leaving. Where are you going to go?
Where are you going to go?
Where are you going to go? Your space is their space. Yeah. You're not going anywhere.
Ouch.
Can't run from it.
But you don't want to learn that when you got a ring on your finger and be like, I hate living with you.
Exactly. So it's kind of like,
no smart consumer will say, I'm going to get this car and not test drive it around the block. I mean, come on. What if everything is perfect with this person? What if you love everything about them and the sex is whack?
Ooh.
You gotta know what you're getting into in every aspect, and I know that's
in every aspect. So you're saying you're even pushing premarital sex here. Are you ready for everyone to see this and hear that?
Here's the thing.
It's real, right? It's people are doing it.
If that's what you want to do, and let's not kid each other here. Nobody in this room is Amish. Right. You know, I doubt very seriously that everybody in this room is just pure and chaste and hasn't done something. So I'm not pushing anything that MTV, VH1, BET, CBS, NBC is pushing. I'm saying that it's not about sex. It's about knowing that this person who you're going to spend the rest of your life with, that you're going to stand in front of God with, is everything that you want. What's the difference between telling a white lie and having sex? In God's eyes, it's all the same. So at the end of the day, it's between you and your relationship with God and your relationship with that person. And you need to know all you can. And women, you need to start doing criminal background checks on the dudes before you sleep with them.
Criminal and credit. Let's get this right. Finances.
And make sure they got a couple $.
Because, no, honestly, it's not even just make sure. Oh, my God.
She ain't messing with a broke.
Be sure to watch more of The Buzz Club every Tuesday night at 9:30 p.m. on Philadelphia's Comcast, Channel 66, and Verizon, Channel 29.